Welcome to the Friday at 4 podcast series with your host Charles Luttrell and co-host Steve Kent.
Steve, good afternoon. How are you?
All right, Chuck. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Welcome back. I'm glad it's Friday at
Yes, I
Four
am.
podcast series again. I'm glad to be here with you as my co-host. Love it.
Yeah, love being with you too. It's a great discussion back and forth. I love it because it's unscripted. It's us, so which is good.
Yeah. So today
Hmm.
I wanted to really I read this article and I really want to hit you with some points out of it. So the article was by Chris Westfall from Forbes.
Hmm.
And the article is called "The One Skill That Will Define Success in an AI-Driven World."
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's it's deep. It goes pretty deep. So basically, what I did, I pulled out some points I just want to hone in on real fast,
Hmm.
and then you and I can
Yeah.
can talk about some of this. I know once I read these highlights, you'll get it.
Okay.
So he actually talked about Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn. He predicted all these things that happened in the future and predicted where ideas are going to be the new currency, right?
Okay.
So in this AI-driven world, the creator economy is poised to flourish. That means the creativity is going to matter more than effort,
Great.
right? So this shift is expected to reduce the cost of goods and services and making them more accessible, which is really cool, right?
Yeah.
So we got current gen AI and other technologies have the potential to automate work activities that absorb up to 70% of employees' time today.
Wow.
And that is coming from, I think they were talking about around like 2030. We're going to expect to see that.
Yeah.
And, with greater efficiency from AI means increased profit in the short term. And Hoffman and others predict lower prices will be the result in the long term, right? Which is, I can see that, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so JP Morgan Chase predicts a surge in production that we haven't seen since the introduction of things like the steam engine,
Hmm.
electricity, or the personal computer. Blew my mind,
Wow.
right? Now
Okay.
here's the good part. And that's what I was talking to you about. Shift towards value and quality. So with AI optimizing production and reducing cost, value and quality is projected to increase while cost moves in the other direction, right? The accessibility of higher quality goods at lower prices could shift consumers' focus towards durability and brand reputation.
I could see that.
Yeah, right. The key is to identify the questions that can help you access your own creativity so that you don't become too reliant on ChatGPT, right? Because that's a whole other topic, right? And then cultivate vital soft skills. And this is what I was telling you about. This hit me right here. Concentrate on upskilling around a brand called you.
Hmm.
Skills like effective communication,
Right.
collaboration, and innovation are what the future demands. And this phrase right here, who are you working with right now to make sure you are advancing your career from the inside out? And what can you create with AI is where you will find your future. Then it goes on to say, who among us doesn't have the ability to create things, right? Even if it's just a new thought, we create partnerships, products, services, and more, right? So as you look to the future of work, you've got a new partner who's ready to play, and that creative partner is AI.
Hmm.
Powerful. Isn't that powerful?
Yep.
And as I read that article, it really hit me to be like, everybody is so big on getting Chat GPT to do everything for them.
Hmm.
But Chris talks about how get Chat GPT to be your partner to work with you.
Hmm.
Thoughts?
I think AI obviously is the wave of the future. I think we all know that.
Yeah.
Um, I think that if we have AI as a partner, yes, you can tell it to do things, but I also believe in what you said with the article. It's the ideas that will drive it. Um,
The innovation, right?
I do think that there will be a downsizing of the workforce
Yeah.
from doing because AI will do things for you. But the other side of that is that if people are going to start getting creative, now it's going to be a whole new skill set, which could employ God knows how many people, which I think will all more than offset the downside of people losing their jobs for creating. I can create something for Chuck to do, or I can work with Chuck to create something that 10 people can do. But it's the idea, and I think you're right. If the ideas come out to start generating new, better, easier, faster ways to do things, yeah, it could drive the cost down, assuming the companies don't get, oh, I want a bigger profit now. Um,
All that favorite word, greed, right?
no, greed. How can you say that?
That doesn't
Sarcastic
happen.
comment there. Um, but no, I agree. It really could drive the cost down because things are going to be more efficient. They should be able to be done once, not multiple times. Make better use of existing resources, and there's also that balance between supply and demand.
And also errors, right? Think about that.
Yeah,
Less errors, you
there's
know?
less. When you have less errors, there's less repeat work,
Yeah.
um, and that could add time to it. That could add cost to it. That could add. When I was years ago, when I left corporate, and again, I was working in the IT space for 32 years. I found out hands on from being in multiple companies when they were sending work offshore, again in the IT space. Let's just say the on site rate was 20 an hour, the offshore rate was 10. So companies could justify to their shareholders send it offshore half the price.
Yeah.
So you create a statement of work that says this work will be done for $1 million. But what ended up happening was that work, because offshore, time zone change, language barrier, not enough follow up, and all those things, that $1 million project was going to cost $2 million. And companies never admitted to their shareholders that they made a mistake. So they kept playing the game. To this day, they're still playing that game. So the same thing holds here. If you can do something through AI and do it right and do it here and not offshore, hey, I'm being honest, bring the jobs back here. But if you can do it here, yeah, put people to work. Um, upskill themselves or the people. They're going to have to learn communication skills. They're going to have to learn, you know, AI skills, analytical skills, and all those things that they're going to need. That's a whole industry of itself to start training people, which will be ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what better way for me to fit in that picture, right? I mean, that's exactly what I do, you know? And as I talked about earlier, you know, invest in yourself. Chris said it best. Now's the time to invest in yourself to
Yep.
where you hone these skills that you're going to need to make yourself stand out.
Yep.
Even though AI is going to help you, but AI has to be your partner, not do it for you because
Right. Right.
you can't rely on AI for everything.
No.
Again, the world was created by us. I mean, we everything we have, you look outside your window,
Mm.
everything we have, we've created, mankind's created in
Right.
one way or the other.
I think, yes, the people are going to have to start doing for themselves. I think a lot of I'm trying to think the word for it, but the whole if you fall, I'll catch you mentality with a lot of the social programs, I think that personally, I think they're going to start scaling back because now they're going to say to you, you don't have to go out to get a job if you have a family. Here's a computer, do it from home. And you can.
Or the other side of it too, right? So look at what's happening, right? So as our past couple of podcasts have been about this topic of returning to the office, right? So think about how this works together now. So we're talking about, upskilling yourself with these skills of communication, right? Collaboration. You're returning to the office. You're working together. Now you're having AI come with you and working together. Now you're going to create this awesome team of people working together with AI. Who knows what the future is going to look like once we work this out, right? And that's why, they were talking about 2030, we're going to start seeing this shift. I guess that's, less than 10 years, I mean,
I, I put an article out on a couple of the social media sites last Sunday, and it was from CNN. And I don't remember all the specific details, but what it said was by the year, I don't want to say it was 2030, it said 41% of corporations will be reducing their force because of AI. 41, sorry, I got a cough.
oh no.
But 41% of companies. But based on what we're talking here, yes, reduce your workforce because of AI. But because now you could be doing more, you'll be
Right.
hiring those people back. So you're shifting what people are doing. So yeah, you may downsize these 10 people, but maybe 8 of them will have a job in AI and 2 will
Right.
still do the physical work. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think that's going to happen. Absolutely.
Yeah. I agree. And, again, talking about, AI as a partner, right? That's huge, right? Because, as we talked about, and I talked about earlier, you know, we tend to fall in that category of I'll just get, AI or Chat GPT to do it for me. I'll just
Right.
put a blurb in there and Chat GPT will just give me everything I need.
Yeah.
Well, it does, but where's your critical thinking coming in, right? It's not you.
Right.
What did you create, right? What is your creative juices coming out of that?
And that is a whole new skill set that they
Yep.
need to start training on today in
Yep.
large numbers. Because as the population ages, and I'm in that baby boomer stage, there may be some people in that age group that can do this. Most can't or don't want to because I've worked all my life. Now you tell me I got to start all over again? No. So I'm done. But the younger generations coming up, they're primed for this. It's perfect.
And what's interesting, I'm glad you mentioned that about the baby boomers not used to this. As I sat in a famous restaurant earlier for lunch, and you'll know when I say this elderly woman had trash, and she walked up to the trash can, and she had no clue what she was doing, and a woman had to tell her, "It's motion. Just put your hand in front, the tray in front. It'll open up on its own and put it in." Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow. Okay.
Where are you under a rock? I sat there and smiled like, but part of me was laughing about it, but the other part was like, wow, that's a disconnect between, you know, understanding and then skill sets that we're talking about, the skill sets of understanding this newer technology. A simple trash can.
Yeah,
It's
there's a
amazing.
lot of things that are changing that I'm certainly not aware of. Not that I am the know all be all because I'm certainly not. But there's still a lot of things out there even today I've never seen, heard, experienced. So I may have that same issue if I went in and saw a trash can going, how do you open this thing? I may have that same issue. So I'm not knocking the woman because she was never exposed to it. And I know you're not, but I'm saying,
No, and
yeah,
forbid if the light on it is saying hold off, the trash can is trying to regurgitate everything so it
mm,
can start again,
right.
so it can smash the trash down so you can put your trash in.
Mm,
Because then you're hitting on it, pushing on it, and it's not working. You're waving your hand in front of it. And like, well, what am I supposed to do now? They'll just leave it on top of the trash can and walk
yeah,
away.
yeah, they will. I
Not
would.
knowing just to wait a couple of seconds. We got this.
But there's nothing that says, wait, it's compacting. So you
It
get
does.
frustrated, you put it
It
down, you walk
does.
away. That's me.
It
I'm good.
does.
I'm done.
Yeah, it's a little screen there and it says, please wait. And it's red.
Sorry.
But that's just, from you talking about that, that's just something I want to mention that is part of what we're discussing, right? I mean, just imagine the things that even, the younger generation up to even you as the baby boomers can still get caught up on and learn and understand, right? There's so much here to this. And we're growing so fast with it.
It, and I think you alluded to it before. There is. the rate of technology is so fast these days that what we did in the last 50 years, we may do in the next five because it's just skyrocketing straight up and there's no end to it.
Yeah.
Good and bad. The bad is there's a lot of change. People's lives are going to change and they're going to have no choice but to change with it or be left behind. The good side is we have to evolve.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody today. Actually, it wasn't talking. It was a post in LinkedIn, and somebody posted something about we have to change. What do you think? And I wrote back, we all have to change at some point because if we never changed, we'd still be in the Stone Age.
Well, I don't know if I ever told you my first business, my mystery shopping company, the
Mm,
name of it was called Constant Change Consulting. The only
wow,
thing constant is change, you
correct.
know? And that's what I would tell people. The only thing constant is change. You have to change
Yep.
or you're going to get run over, you know?
Absolutely. I agree. You
Yeah.
must
Yeah.
change with what's going on. You may not
Yeah.
necessarily go the full extent, but you have to change to a certain point. You have to be able to open up the garbage can.
Yep.
You have to be
And
able to, whatever it is, you have to.
yeah, and I think I talked about that a couple episodes ago where I had told you within one day, I think it was a Saturday, I had 9 epiphanies in one day where
Wow.
I changed 9 times in one day. I'm like, this is incredible. But it's
Ooh,
pushing me forward. It's helping me open up and broaden my horizon to how I need to, change my business model and really push it forward, you know?
there is so much that can be done. The question is, can we think not only outside the box, but fast enough outside the box to keep up with what's going on?
And
Uh,
if you come up with an idea and you're not fast enough, somebody else will steal it.
Absolutely, they
I
will.
have been on the end of that. Yeah,
That's right. You were telling me that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
And it's okay, right? Because those things push push us in the direction we're supposed to be. I'm a big believer in
mm,
that. I'm
yeah,
I'm right where I need to be. And now with this article, as we talked about, I can't wait for you to read the entire article. You'll understand
mm,
what I'm talking about when
yeah,
you read it. It's really it just solidifies that I'm doing the right thing and I'm
yeah,
I'm loving it.
yeah.
And
I think
just like
that's
with
great.
you, I mean, you're doing great things. You know, we just got to keep moving.
You have to keep going. There's so many directions that this stuff can go. And the common thread, in my mind anyway, the common thread, regardless of what we're talking about,
Yeah.
is teaching people, changing the
Hmm.
mindset, letting them now see the bigger vision that chances are they have never seen before. And we've talked about this before. They're purposely not taught because they want people to be sheep. They want them to follow without asking because then the corporations make the money.
Right.
But now we're going to have no choice but to educate through
Yeah.
AI, through financial literacy, through your company, helping businesses with videos and reviews and things. All that stuff has to get done. Has to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what's cool, right? Because you're tied to financial literacy. I think that's great because you can reach a broad audience with that, even though I know you have a niche market that you're working on,
Mm,
but you can still reach the masses with your
yep,
message.
yep,
Same with me, right? I'm reaching two sides of the business where I got the consumer who's looking to get the best bang for their buck and of a business, and I got the business I can help find those people to bring them into their business and really help them flourish and grow and raise revenue.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm loving it.
So the initiative that I'm taking with financial literacy is starting in New York City early February. But 3 weeks ago, and it's targeted to specific zip codes for various reasons. And
Mhm.
it's going city to city to city. But 3 weeks ago, I was interviewed on Money Matters TV, which has 680,000 subscribers. It's across 9 um, cable channels. And the topic was credit cards.
Nice.
So, the point is get the message out to the masses because that has to be done.
Right.
Has to be done.
Yeah. So to circle back to the article a little bit, I don't know if you're ready to answer this question or not, but um, how have you harnessed AI with what you're doing with your business? Have you had a chance to really dive into that? Is that something you haven't really touched on yet?
I
Or
really haven't done much with AI. I know I have to. I know I have to, but I really have not done much with it yet. I know a lot of people who have. I was in a meeting this morning and somebody was saying he's in a different business, but same concept, that he figured out how, and he, of course, he didn't tell us how because he doesn't want us to take his ways, but he figured out he's on the sales side and he figured out how to talk and get AI to give him leads. So, here's my business. Here's the type of person I'm looking for. Um, this is the demographic. Go give me. And it came back with this. Then he said, "Okay, AI, you're too broad. Make it smaller." And it came back with this. Make it smaller, and it came back with this. And by the time he was done, he said it took him an hour. By the time he was done, he had a list of hundreds of contacts in the geography, the name, the company, the phone number, the title. Who knows where it gets it from? But in an hour, he had like 100 people. They'll
yeah,
keep him busy for the next 3 months on
yeah,
sales calls. So it can be
yep.
done. I have not done it yet. I'm still old school. I'm still pick up the phone. Hey Chuck, how you doing?
Right.
Uh,
But that's still talked about. Even though AI is their partner, they still talk about picking up the phone, talking to people.
yes.
People want that now because they're not getting it. They want the phone to ring. It's kind of weird, right? How you talk about, I'm too busy, I ain't answering the phone, I'm too busy, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
Now, when the phone rings, they want to pick it up. Oh, somebody's calling me. Who could it be? You know? So yeah, we're still seeing that
Yeah.
the old tried and true phone call is still a hot
The
thing to
phone call is
use.
still hot.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the physical mail is coming back because people are tired of email spams. They're tired of text message spams. They're tired of all this crap. I must get 200 to 300 emails a day minimum. And I have 9 different emails for different things.
Yeah.
I'm spending a ton of time. And I usually go through and I don't even open them up. I usually go delete, 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 done.
I hate the text message ones. Hey, Charles, thanks for signing up for group life insurance. I see this position's open. Text yes to follow through with your interview. And when you hit delete, mark as spam, they're using a different number and it's
Right.
happening almost
Right.
every day. So
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. Technology is great, but people are getting tired of it.
They are.
And they
They are.
want us to visit them in person and reach out by
Yes.
phone and say, hey, this is
Yep.
Chuck from
Yep.
Q.A.C team, just reaching out to say how you
Yep.
doing, and they love it.
Visit, the phone
Yeah.
call, the
Yep.
physical card. They want that stuff. They really
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
Yeah. You have a much better chance of getting to your contact person if you go back to old school. You
Yeah.
really do.
Yep. And a touch back on your AI thing about your friend getting down to those 100
Mm,
people. I haven't got that granular yet,
mm.
but I have worked with ChatGPT to give me ideas and different areas and types. And it's really cool because if I wanted to dive that further down, I could have,
Mm,
but I chose the other route to say, let my creative mind do the work that I
right.
want, not what the system wants. So while it gave me the ideas of like RV companies and commercial companies and gear and different things like that, I got it. So now I know who to go after, not have it do all the work for me because I want the creators how to be
Right.
Chuck, not Chat.
Right. And the thing that people have to be aware of, yes, everybody can put in a slightly different search criteria. Yes, it can give you slightly different things. Maybe could come out with the same thing. But if you take exactly what's there and use it as your own, and somebody else does the same thing, you could have a problem.
Yep.
I told you that story about somebody I know, the kids in college.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
class was given an assignment. They all took the assignment, put it in exactly word for word, the question, word for word into AI. And because it's the exact same question, they all got the exact same answer. They
Right.
did a copy and paste into their paper, submitted it electronically. The school comes along, took all those papers, ran them through some program, and said, "Oh, you're all exactly word for word the same." They all
You're all
failed
in
on the
trouble.
spot. They failed on the spot.
Yeah, you're all in trouble. Yep.
So it's good to get you started to give you ideas, but to your point, it's your own creativity. Put your own spin on it.
Yeah. Yep.
And you have to.
Yeah. Yeah. I like ChatGPT to give me my ideas of what they want to say, but then I just like this. Well, I cut up the article, now I'll take that and make my own verbiage because
Right.
what I had mentioned and talked about was right from Chris's article.
Mm,
But if I was writing my own article about it, I would reword it to how Chuck wants to say it because that's how I am. I'm not letting AI completely dictate an article for me because that's not what I do. I want everything to be what I want it to say.
and it should be you. Because if
Yeah.
you, the way I'm thinking, if you put a query, I'm going to call it a query in, and AI comes back with something, it's talking AI speak.
Yeah.
You put it into some document and you give it to your potential client. Now they want to meet you. You're talking differently than what you gave them in writing, and the client will know. And then you're gone.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to say, "Who put the proposal together?" Because you don't
Yep.
talk that way. You're not giving me
Yeah.
the same ideas. You don't mean the same thing
Yeah.
verbally that it is in writing. And you're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. I should send you my original proposal from my mystery shopping company from '08
Okay.
and let you read it. That
Okay.
um it is it's a
Hmm.
beast that got me a lot of clients,
Oh, I'm
you
sure.
know, because I wrote it because I know my business.
Hmm.
I didn't say, hey, ChatGPT, write me a new proposal for a Q.A.C team.
Right.
I'm not doing that. I don't need it. What I'm doing now is different. But, you know, as you mentioned that just came to mind. It's like I could only imagine, with a 30-page proposal, how ChatGPT would sound putting that together for me because what I wrote is just, and I had so many people read it, and my one friend read it and said, "Dude, who wrote this?" I said, "I did," and he said, "That's impressive." And I'm like, "Well, thanks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's my thoughts. And I think that's what got so many clients across the country for me was because they knew it was me, and
Right.
when they talked to me, they
Mm,
could hear it and feel it.
right.
However, I did get one client in Texas that never talked to me with all via email. And I was getting thousands of dollars a month from a
Wow.
company with multiple locations
Wow.
and never talked to him once.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's how they trust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. You can tell when people,
Yeah.
as we talked about, offline of a topic and
Mm.
they knew. They know I'm not a liar. They know I am a real person. I am who I am. You know?
People are getting smarter and smarter,
Yeah.
and they know whether you're real or you're not, whether
Yeah.
you're trying to give them a sales pitch or you're really trying to help them. People
Yeah.
more and more, because of everything that's going on, with
Yeah.
the bogus emails and bogus texts and this, that,
Right.
there's still that percentage that are going to fall for anything. But as a general statement, people are starting to get smarter. They're starting to question. And if they smell a rat, you're gone. And you may
Question
not get a
everything.
chance to get back in.
Yeah. Question everything. I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Question everything. Why not?
Hmm.
You have that right to,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know?
yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I have, like 10 feet from where I sit, I have a small portable shredder. And when I get stuff in the mail and stuff that's not good, anything that has my name, phone number, social security, anything, I rip that piece out and it gets shred.
Yeah.
The rest I don't care because it can't come back to me. But if there's anything on there that's personally identifying, same thing with emails. Um, I'll delete them. I'll delete them out of the inbox, out of the deleted file. I'll clear the trash. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm sure they're sitting somewhere in cyberspace, but I don't want
Yeah.
them. I don't want them on my computer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If AI could take care of that problem, of course, that'd be great, right?
There's a reason why my favorite key on the keyboard is the delete key.
The delete key.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. And
Ah,
if you're a Windows user, your favorite used to be Control Alt Delete and task because everything kept freezing and going up on you.
yep.
Oh man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I think ending this episode here, I think a good final thought would be you know next 5 years, start honing your skills now for
Right.
your soft skills. What Steve and I can offer to help with,
Yeah. Yeah.
and really embrace AI as a partner, not as
Mhm.
someone to work for you, but with you. You know,
Correct.
I think that's what I got from the article. The higher level thing is just let AI be your friend and let your creative juices flow out of your mind into your system of what you want it to do for you, not what you wanted it to do for everything for you.
Right.
Do it with you, you know?
Yep. I agree with you. And that time needs to start now. Set
Yeah.
yourself up for 3, 5, 7 years down the road when it does hit, and it will hit. But start now because it could take that long to start training the mind to think and act in a different way. But
Yeah.
start now. Get the help, do whatever you need to do, but start to change.
Yeah. I passed over a couple of courses I was looking at online for
Mm,
AI, and I'm going to go revisit them later tonight and look and see which ones I can take to really hone my skills,
mm.
to better myself with AI and see how I can tie it into what I'm doing.
I think it's a smart thing to do. I really
Yeah.
do. And I'm going to have to start too on my side. I have no choice because I know a
Yeah.
lot of my even my business partners, people outside the company, the competition, they're starting to get into this stuff, and I am lagging behind. I am.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to
Time
start
waits for
doing
no
something.
one. You know it. Time waits for no one. We
Correct.
gotta move. Yep.
Correct.
So,
Yep.
Steve, great episode. Thanks again,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. You
Loved
too,
it.
Jeff. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks
I'm
again.
excited.
It's Friday at 4 podcast, sir, because
It's Friday at 4 somewhere. I know I messed
oh,
that
it's,
up. It's
it's
somewhere.
four
I don't know.
o'clock
I messed that
somewhere.
up. I was good for a couple of weeks. Now I messed it up because
You
it's
you
four
were
o'clock
doing good.
somewhere.
It's 4 o'clock somewhere.
There you go. I knew I'd get it right somewhere. Some
Yes,
at some point,
you got it, man.
sort of.
Steve, thanks again. It's
All
been
right.
great, man. We'll
Yep.
we'll touch base on this topic some more because I think it's a
Okay.
good one to continue carrying on.
Yeah, I'm
So
game. It's a great topic and it's impacting everybody. It's real stuff. So yeah,
yeah, and that's a key thing you just pointed out right there. It's going to impact everybody, not just me or you.
it
It's
will.
all of us,
It will.
right? So great. So let's go hone our AI skills, man, and we'll chat soon.
You got it. Thanks, Chuck.
Take care,
Take care.
buddy. Have a good one.
Bye.
You've been watching the Friday at 4 podcast series with your host Charles Luttrell and co-host Steve Kent. Thanks for watching.